So just so you know, I'm not like an expert with doll hair or anything at all. These are just some tips that I've collected over the time that I've been collecting dolls and over the time I've been caring for their hair and just figuring out what I've done wrong to kind of mess up Lainey's hair and things like that. So I have everything written down here and let's get started. So the first thing I recommend is whenever you're brushing her hair is to brush it wet by wetting it down with the spray bottle like so. And this is important because I feel like it prevents breakage and snapping, and I just feel like that way it keeps it neater, it tangles quicker, it untangles quicker, and it just stay neat and not let the ends frizz out as much. Another thing is that I always started brushing from the top to the bottom, and that's not a good thing because what it does is as you're getting rid of the tangles, you're basically doing that by breaking the little hairs apart from each other and also snapping some of them, and as you snap off some and make them shorter, they're all just going to stick in different directions and increase frizziness. So even though it takes longer, you always want to brush from the bottom and slowly work your way up to get the tangles out nicely. Another key tip, especially for dolls with curly hair, because they tend to get frizzier hair faster because it's so textured, is to not to over touch it. Like, I was so obsessed with brushing Lainey's hair out, finger curling and get around my finger, and then just doing that over and over again because I thought it was really fun. But if you just keep on brushing her hair out a lot, it's just going to eventually lose shape, curl, and hold. I mean, it's not going to totally lose shape, but you're going to just lose a lot of the curl. So, like, by not over touching curly hair, I don't mean like to never touch it or brush it out or anything, but just keep brushing out curly hair to a minimum and only do it with her hair wet so that it retains its shape, and if you really need to, like if it got messed up. Now this is another thing that I'm pretty sure, like, this is a really common tip that everybody knows, is to use a doll hairbrush or a hairbrush. Don't use a hairbrush that you use on your own hair because your hair has natural oils and transferring them to your doll's hair is going to make it greasy and gross and stuff. And another sort of obvious thing is to only use water in your hair or shampoo and conditioner and rinse it out. Don't put in, like, detangling products and stuff, because that's just going to cause a lot of buildup and stiffness in her hair. Another thing is to be careful not to snag your doll's hair on the Velcro when you're dressing her. And I know that sounds pretty minor, but it's also just going to snag and cause breakage, and the little things really do add up. And another tip is to, when you're like traveling or taking her in a car trip or on the plane or outside for a while, or like just carrying her around, I would recommend putting her hair in like a bun or just up in a ponytail so it doesn't just, start going crazy and going everywhere and getting all messed up. So those were my tips. In summary, just be careful and be really gentle and don't be rough with her hair, which just kind of goes without saying. And your doll's hair will stay nice and smooth and shiny for years to come.